There's a weird phenomenon I track down throughout my entire life, where the more I get down myself to discomfort, the happier I am. I think this phenomenon became increasingly self-conscious to me in first experience of my studying abroad, where I wanted to make a smart appearance on my schoolmates. You know, it's a whole new ballgame, new network of people, new country, so I really felt a need to reinvent who I was as a human being, especially on a kind of social skills basis. So, in order to do that, I was pushing myself to the limit very frequently. I felt an ultimate pleasure. I was energetic, optimistic. I remember waking up in the morning not feeling out of sorts, because I was ready to tackle the day with energy. And also, this euphoria didn't last forever. I never forgot how I felt and remember the importance of viewing the comfort zone and the side effect it has on your overall well-being and the way you live your life. So, in this video we are going to talk about a few things that I've learned about the comfort zone and how I think if you can gain a better understanding of how the comfort zone works, you can start to enjoy the fruits of success, living life on your terms instead of its terms, because it has a lot more control over the way you live your life than you think so. Here are some things that I've discovered about the comfort zone, and hopefully you can start the ball rolling and apply them to your life as well. So everything you are physically capable of doing in this world falls into one of two categories: inside the comfort zone or outside the comfort zone. The things that are inside the comfort zone are easy for you to do, comfortably. They take no sacrifices to do, and there's pretty much no mental resistance in the way of doing the thing. Like driving. For a lot of people, driving is completely in the comfort. You know, you drive to work, you drive to your house, you drive to the store, etc. Since driving is so easy, at one point or another your brain went and subconsciously placed it inside the comfort zone, so you don't really think about doing it before you do it. It's just something you do, okay. How about going for a run? A lot harder, isn't it? It's more physically strenuous, requires more mental toughness. It makes you lose your breath or sweat, and if you haven't run for a while, you'll probably be really sore the next day. And because you know running is a strenuous exercise, your brain at one point or another placed it outside the comfort zone. The further outside the comfort zone something is, the more reluctant there is the way of doing the thing. But here's where things get kind of excitable. Running is good for you. After a week of running every day, you can find that your mental energy increases. Your outlook on life is better and more optimistic. And after a week of driving, you kind of feel nothing. It's just driving. So there's really isn't a clear-cut relationship between things that are inside the comfort zone and outside the comfort zone, and the value that these things have on your life. In fact, the comfort zone is terrible at telling you what's good for you and what's bad, what activities you should adapt into your life and what activities you should avoid. All the comfort zone is concerned with is keeping you inside of it. It is really uncomfortable and hard to escape from it. It's also always shrinking if you don't do anything about it unless you venture at least a little bit beyond the borders of the comfort zone. It will get smaller and harder to escape, and this is something that most people have experienced in their lives, whether they are aware of it or not. In my life, this happens all the time, like when a new game went on a general release. I could waste so much time just to be engrossed with it for hours and hours every day. And after days of doing this and not doing anything outside of my comfort zone, things that were previously in my comfort zone, like going to work out at the gym, the comfort zone shrank to a point where going to the gym was now extremely difficult and very hard to bring myself to do. So what we have learned? In a nutshell, we've learned that in order to keep the comfort zone from shrinking, we have to do things that are outside of the comfort zone, to keep the comfort zone large. And we also learned that the comfort zone in general is a pretty terrible guide for telling us what to do in our life. what activities are useful for us, and what activities don't really do anything. So basically we need a solution to this problem. We need a more reliable guide for making decisions. And I think that you can go wrong with making values based on decisions. Your values figure out of what kind of person you want to be, what kind of traits you want to adopt, what kind of skills you want to acquire, and make your decision based off of that and using your knowledge of the comfort zone. Be aware that any potential discomfort in the way of doing the thing that you want to do isn't a real obstacle. It's all just in your head. If you live life this way, the comfort zone can also work in your favor, because as you start living this new lifestyle that may have at first been unnatural to you, the longer you live that way, the comfort zone is expanding to meet you. So living the way you want to live will become increasingly natural. The reason I felt so good when I studied abroad was because I was living the life that I wanted to live, and I disregarded discomfort altogether. And when you no longer let discomfort have a say in how you make any of your decisions, the potential for what you can do with your life expands dramatically.